Assa Abloy has opened its new test centre here in Daventry. I spoke to David Vinyard and Strafford Cooke about what it means to the business, but also to customers and the wider industry. Strafford, Dave,
right.
Hi.
Hi there.
So here we are in Daventry. We've just come to the opening of this new extension to your test facility here. It's a big event. It looks very nice. There's obviously more room for expansion as well. But first things first, why does Assa Abloy need a flagship test centre?
As you know, like Assa Abloy Group has got so many business units within there. We need the ability to be able to test our own product to the required standards, to prove that they are fit for purpose as much as anything else, but also to develop products as well. As we're developing products along the stages, we need a test centre like this to be able to bring our products in and say, do they achieve what we want them to achieve? And there's nothing better than that to actually prove it by testing them.
Your role, Dave, is to manage that whole process. Have you had to adjust the way you work to accommodate these different elements of the test centre?
So we have probably half our testing is external testing. So we have external customers coming directly to us. So we've had to adjust our way we do things to accommodate for that. Obviously the workload on the stuff coming into here, we need to ensure that we've got enough staff to be able to accommodate for that as well. So what me and Straff have done, and obviously that's what we're going to make sure that we build a team in line with what we're trying to achieve.
The main thing that we want to get across is that we want to make testing easy. We've got now just one email address. So anybody who wants testing now at Assa Abloy Test Centre can just put a request in via that email address. That email address then goes direct to our administrator, who actually sits in the offices with the test team, with Dave and his team. So the communication is easy. We don't have separate entities that are away from each other that actually may talk to each other, but there's no waiting for communication. It's basically there.
So throughout the day, you've given us a great demonstration today, both of the component testing and the product testing through there. And one thing that you talked about quite a lot was the idea of the customer experience. And part of me was thinking, well, surely if you're testing products, what does it really matter what the customer thinks?
You see, the standard we're accredited to as a laboratory testing is ISO 17025. So that will stipulate certain things within that document or that standard. One of which is feedback and complaint management. So we have to collate that information. We work closely with the marketing team to try and bring everything up into more of a modern system. I think it'll be some of the systems were a little bit dated. Obviously now we've got resources within the group to be able to collect that information, something that we have to present to our auditors annually as well. Not just feedback that's positive, obviously any complaints, fortunately we've not had.
Earlier, Strafford, you said that previously, before you had access to your own test centres, that it wasn't really a very pleasant experience. Are you trying to sort of break the cycle of negative test experience?
I've been in this industry now coming on to 36 years. I've been to test houses up and down the country, abroad and things like that. I've been to them all. And I must say I've never had really a pleasurable experience of testing. That's what we're trying to alter. That's what we're trying to bring around now. We know what we want this place to do now. We want customers to come here and have a pleasurable experience, whether or not that's a pass or a fail. If they fail, I want them to be able to take something out of that failure. I want them to be able to go away and go, now I understand the testing a lot more. I know what I've got to do with my products. I know how they've got to be made correctly. I know how we've got to put the hardware on correctly, how we've got to glaze them correctly and things like that. I understand that time is vital as well. So the customer can come, they can sit in our meeting room, they've got Wi-Fi, they've got Teams meetings, there's a conference table there, they've got refreshments, even orders food for them to be able to come there. So they can sit, they can carry on doing their work. When their product's ready for testing, they can walk out, they can watch it. Dave is one of the best narrators I've seen actually explaining what he's doing when he's doing a test.
For me, the most, customer is the most important person in all this. And like I said with Straff, we work closely together on how we can develop things. Remember, Straff's got a lot more knowledge than me about, the other side of the fence as well. So we'll have that benefit. Obviously, he has that knowledge. I have the knowledge from this side of the fence. So we can have discussions about potentially improving things just by that knowledge. Without that knowledge and that understanding of how it looks from different or is perceived different people, we wouldn't be able to improve that. So I think that's the most critical part, isn't it? That we work together on things like that. We look at things and look at through the customer's eyes.
Good luck with the new test centre.
Thank you.
And thank you for inviting me along.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.